Hi, YouTube family. Happy or not happy? Well, yeah, happy crappy hour. It's happy crappy hour. I wanted to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are. I'm glad that we're going to be getting together this morning. I wanted to start this morning. Oh, let me see if I can pull it up. I'm going to start this morning with reading this really inspirational speech by Theodore Roosevelt. Many people know it. It's called The Man in the Arena. Um, oh boy, hold on, you guys. There it is. Oh my goodness. Are you guys there? I'm really sorry. I don't know what happened, and I hope that this is working out okay. I have no idea. My phone just kind of zonked out. People have been texting me like crazy or something. So hi again, you guys. Welcome to Happy Crappy Hour. Oh, great. I see some people. Good morning, Marietta. Good morning, or good afternoon, or evening. Eye of the Tiger. Hello, Lena. Hi. So glad to see you guys here. Well, I was. Oh, well, I wanted to read to you guys really quickly. This something I've been wanting to read to you for a while. It's called "The Man in the Arena" by and it's about being present, about being there, about engaging, about taking risks and doing. Because a lot of times after we've been hurt or we've been, coming or we come out of an abusive situation, we want to give up and we don't know where to find the strength to continue or the what is it, the courage, I guess, or the just the motivation to keep going. And we don't know if we're ever going to be good again or we're going to make it again. And it made me think about a lot of people, like, who make an effort, in sports or just trying for things like kids who try out for student council, even, and they make an effort and then they don't make it in. They don't make it to whatever, but, or they don't win at the sport, but you don't give up. And the good thing is that you tried, and you have to recognize that even in the relationships with the narcissist, you tried, you made an effort, you wanted to make it work, and that's a good thing. So don't beat yourself up because it didn't work out. Don't put yourself down or deflate yourself, or you don't want to, just deflate and give up, okay? Because you made an effort, and that is worth celebrating. That's worth a lot. Hi, Missy. Good to see you. We're just talking about how, when we make an effort, even in a relationship with a narcissist, it's an effort. We really tried. And so because of that, you don't want to act like, well, that was nothing and um, uh, we just give up. But it's okay. So let me just read this to you. I've gone on long enough. It's called Man in the Arena by Theodore Roosevelt. It goes like this. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But it is the man who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly. You guys, I wanted to share that with you. Other people have referred to this poem or this speech as daring greatly. It's also called "The Man in the Arena" by Roosevelt. I'm sorry, by Theodore Roosevelt. And the reason I want to bring that up is that you guys have dared greatly. You guys have fought valiantly, and for maybe we don't have critics who are putting us down. Our main critic is ourselves. We're putting ourselves down for how did we get into this situation? Why did we do this? How dumb of us. And we put ourselves down. And I want that to stop. I want us to stop doing that. So that's why I read that poem to you guys, or that speech. Let me see. I've got some others coming on here. Hi, Marianne. Good to see you again. You said, yes, we are not to blame for their personality disorder. Absolutely. Because we get so frustrated with ourselves, or we get so depressed, or we get, we're just so upset with ourselves for having ended up where we did, and, with a failed relationship. We blame that on ourselves. And I want us to get out of that mindset. Don't blame yourself. Realize that, you tried. With what you had, you made an effort. Hi, Kamar. Good to see you. I think that's great. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure I got everybody in here. Well, you know what? I was watching. Okay, actually, let's start with Happy Crappies. Forgot about that. Thank you, Marietta. Marietta says, I love this channel so much. I appreciate that. Okay, so I want to start with Happy Crappies, and I want to tell you, please chime in with your happies and crappies this past week. Oh, you just found it a few days ago? Yay! So glad. Well, I hope you share the channel. But, okay, let me say, my happy this past couple of weeks was that I started meeting up with a couple of friends for coffee, just to get myself out and socializing, because I work and I read and I study and I do my stuff, but uh-oh, something just happened. I don't know why my thing keeps saying reconnecting. I hope you guys are still there. Okay, so my happy was that I got out and I got to meet with people. I got to discuss actually my channel, because some people were asking me about it. So, and everybody, I want to say, has a story, well, maybe not everybody about narcissism, but a lot of people I've met have stories about narcissistic abusers in their life, whether it's a relative or a spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend or a coworker. The worst, I think, well, not the worst, I'm sorry. The worst I heard kind of recently was a boss. So that's, really difficult to deal with as well. Hey, Crystal, good to see you. Okay, so that was my happy. So it was good to go out and meet with people, get myself out of the, my working mentality and relax. So I'm going to try to do that. Maybe once a week, I should try to schedule at least one get together with some friends. Get myself out there. Okay, so my crappy this week actually is that so far this week, and it's already Thursday, I have not scheduled any time with anybody. And I gotta tell you, it kind of sucks. I kind of got real, oh, how do I put it? I don't want to say lazy, but yeah, it's real easy to just not do anything, even mentally, I realized that I need mental inspiration and motivation, as well as emotional motivation and inspiration. When you're around other people, even if you're an introvert, and I've always considered myself, not always, I guess I kind of came to realize I was quite an introvert, but even introverts need some time with people, and that's what I'm realizing. Crystal says it's the January doldrums. Is that it? Okay, so that's good to know. Marietta says, I had 0 happy, but plenty crappy, unfortunately. Oh, no. I've been studying hard, so that part may turn out happy, hopefully. I'm just really sad and flat. Oh, yeah, that is crappy. So, that sad and flat, we have to go through that. We do. It's not that we want to run away from our feelings or deny who or what we're really feeling. We have to face it and say, yeah, that is crappy. And, if you feel sad, here's something that I did for a while, which was really bad. Whenever I felt bad or sad, I wouldn't let myself feel it. I tried to deny it. I tried to push it down deeper, I tried to avoid the feeling of sadness. And what I found was that I walked around, it started turning into grumpiness. So this sadness that was really deep in, I just crammed it, man. And let me tell you, for weeks and months, I would just cram this sadness that was inside of me. Like there were days I wanted to burst out crying, but I wouldn't. I would not let myself. Well, for one, because I had to do things, I had responsibilities. I couldn't just like burst out in the store or burst out, when I was around a bunch of strangers. But what I found was I hardly ever gave myself time to just sit and feel that sadness. So I crammed it, right? I was constantly doing, going, taking care of responsibilities and working and taking care of people. And anyway, I just avoided that sadness. So when I did that, after a few weeks, I started realizing, or not real, I guess I didn't realize it, but I started becoming grumpy. And then after a few months, I started getting angry. Like little things just bother, every little thing bothered me. Until one day, I just felt like, I need to take a time out for myself. I need to stop going and doing. I need to just sit still for a moment. And so I did. I went to a place, in my house and away from everybody. And just went to my room, to my closet, and just burst out crying. I just had a really, really good cry. And then I found that, you know what, I needed those cries more often. So for a while there, maybe once every few days, I would just let myself burst out crying because I had been penting up this sadness for months, just trying to work my way through it, just trying to push my way through to work and to get stuff done. So, but then what I ended up doing was taking it out on the people around me, getting snippy and grumpy and angry and letting everything they do bother me. But once I just opened up and allowed myself to feel the depths of that pain, that sadness, oh my gosh, it was such a release and a relief. Okay, let me see. We have here Crystal, I'm having them too. Don't be too hard on yourself. Okay, sorry. I'm getting reminders on my phone and it blocks stuff. Okay, here we go. Yeah, don't be so hard on yourself. And if you're sad and flat, you know what? Let those emotions out. You probably don't hold it in. If you feel like you just want to yell into a pillow, yell. If you want to just burst out crying, grab a giant towel because you're going to need it. That's what I am doing, just wiping my face and tears into a towel because tissues were not enough, let me tell you. Miss E says, my crappy was that I've been sick for a while, but was able to blow it off for a long time. And has finally overwhelmed me. Aw, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sickness will definitely take you out, man. The happy is that I'm finally taking care of myself and getting better. Yay! Oh, that's good. Good. I want to go back to Marietta. You also said that you'd been studying a lot. So good for you. That's awesome, that you were doing that. So hopefully that does pay off to a big happy. Marianne says, happy was I landed a huge contract. Wow. Excellent. Very happy for you, Marianne. I've been working on for past few months. So congratulations. So I'm high-fiving you right now. Woohoo. Crappy was I was unjustly arrested over residuals from the narcissist trying to destroy me. Almost got indefinite jail time. Oh my gosh. Marianne, I'm so glad it was almost. So that means you did not. So I'm glad you're out. Hopefully that will be the end of that. But I'm very excited for you to have that contract, that huge contract. Congratulations. You deserve that. Okay, I have the eye off the tiger. Hi there. Happy, but still a bit crappy. Yeah. Marietta, my sadness is also turning into grumpiness. Right? I know. That's exactly what happens when we stuff our feelings. We think, oh, we're handling this. I'm angry or I'm irritated or I'm sad and I don't have the time to deal with this right now, so because you have a list of things you've got to get done each day, right? So you're like, okay, or meetings to go to, people to get together with, projects to finish, papers to write, studying to do. We have all this stuff to do, and we think, I don't have the time to deal with my emotions right now. I don't have the time. And when we stuff it, by the way, it comes out. It comes out in other ways. Ooh, who's that? Oh my, Hazel. Hello from Spain. Well, hello. I think it's probably evening for you, right? Out there. So that's awesome. Good to see you. I'm so glad you're with us, Hazel. Crystal, sorry, Marietta, but at least you're able to study. When I'm emotionally upset, I can't focus or retain anything. Yeah. Well, that's part of the stuffing, When we're sad, we don't deal with it. We stuff it so that we can get studying done. And anything else, even if you're sad, but you don't deal with it and you kind of just go at a much slower speed and you kind of don't get things done, you kind of check out actually emotionally, you check out mentally. That's still not really facing it and allowing yourself to let it out. Crystal says, hi Hazel, I'm in Canada. Oh, that is so cool. Yep, 5:15 in Spain. Cool. Good to see you, Hazel. I'm so glad you joined us. Miss E says, I've heard depression is anger without enthusiasm. Think about that. Yeah. That, oh, that's interesting. Because I didn't think about depression being about anger, but I know that through or in depression at times is anger, especially when you have to deal with life while you're depressed, and things start wrong, more and more wrong, or more and more things keep going wrong. And yeah, you just don't have it in you to deal with that, especially when you're going through depression. I can see how anger is a big part of that. Okay, Kamar says, my happy is that I'm celebrating my birthday this weekend. Woohoo! Well, happy birthday, Kamar. Good to see you here. Crappy part is last year around the same time, me and my ex-narc were on a cruise. Yeah. Well, celebrate better this time, right? This time you're going to celebrate with people who love you, people who are here and in the now with you, right? Marietta, it would be great if I could cry every day for 10 to 15 minutes. Yes. I don't know if you guys ever saw this movie. It's a long time ago, and I think who was in it. Oh, I don't even remember. But Holly Hunter, I think, was in it. Yeah. So I think it was back in the 80s or 90s. I don't even remember, but it was called News Radio or Broadcast News. It might have been Broadcast News because yeah, so she's a reporter on the news and she's always upbeat and she's a go-getter. She's got all this energy. She's just so effective and efficient. And anyway, she just bursts onto every scene getting things done, right? And she's like a whirlwind. But every night she like bawls her eyes out. And I remember watching that going, well, that's weird. Why would she bawl her eyes out? Like, I mean, hysterical crying, not just like a little whimper, a little tear. She would just bawl her eyes out. And it wasn't until like much later, years later, when I bawled my eyes out like that. And afterwards, I felt so good. I was like, oh, I get it. I get why somebody might want to cry like that at the end of even a good day, because there are all kinds of stresses that land on you throughout the day, and we tend to not deal with the actual emotion that comes with those stresses. And a lot of times it's anger or frustration or sadness and even depression, or because we feel like we failed. But we even stuff that in order to keep moving forward so we don't lose our job, right? So at the end of the day, when you bawl your eyes out, oh my gosh, it feels so good. I don't know if you want to try that, Marietta. But let us know next week if you do, for the next couple of days, just before bed or whatever. Even if you're feeling like, I'm feeling pretty good now, things are going all right, and I feel calm, and I'm just going to try to get to bed. Well, just cry. Let yourself just cry, ball it out for 10, 15 minutes. And it probably won't take that long, probably just 5 minutes. And you'll see the rest that you get that night is going to be so good. Okay, so Marianne says, God's grace saved me, and I realized how absolutely blind people are to this crazy making dynamic. Yeah, he is trying so hard to destroy me. Somehow this atrocity needs to be exposed. I'm faithful that it will be. Ah, yes. Well, are you documenting everything that he's doing? I mean, I know with the jail thing, but it does have to be exposed. And I don't know. I mean, you have to be careful, though, with who you trust with this, who you talk to about it. Those closest to you that love you, your family, talk to them, and I think it will get exposed because, yeah, it's going to get exposed. Whether or not people will abandon him, probably not. I have a story for you guys about that, by the way, I'm going to talk about in a little bit. How the narcissist, amazingly, no matter what they do, no matter how atrocious it is, no matter, even if it's in the public eye, people will still not leave them. It's just insanity. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Eye off the tiger says, yes, Maria, same, but I can't cry. That's exactly what I'm talking about, that we get to a point where we can't even cry. We stuffed it down so deep for so long, we can't even cry. At least we feel that way. But you have to make the time. You have to make the time, eye off the tiger. I'm really encouraging you guys, all of you guys really, because we all are here for a reason. We're here because we're still recovering or going through really hard times, the aftermath of being with a narcissist. And even when you feel like I'm doing okay right now, so I want to hold on to this okayness, right? I want to hold on to this feeling of stability right now. You finally get to a platform where you feel like I'm finally stable. I'm not angry or sad anymore. But unless you release that sadness, allow your body to grieve. Your mind grieves, your heart grieves, your body also needs to grieve. And part of that grieving is like releasing toxins. It's really weird, but I think that through our tears, we also release a lot of toxins. And just even our body shuddering through those good sobs releases like the tension or something that our body had been holding on to. Okay, let me see what I have here. Crystal says, I just learned that a liver cleanse is great for anger. Oh, yeah. Apparently, in Chinese medicine, it's known that anger is stored in the liver. Ooh, you know what? That makes a lot of sense, though, because our liver processes a lot of toxins. And when we overload our bodies with toxins, our livers get unhealthy. So, yeah, a liver cleanse would be great. I'm not quite sure how you do that. I guess we can look that up. That's a great idea. Miss E says, happy belated birthday, Kamar. I think he's celebrating this weekend, so yeah. That's so awesome. Marianne, thank you. Woohoo. Yes, for getting that contract. Kamar says, thank you, Miss E. Okay. Miss E says, yay, Marianne, congratulations on the contract. Miss E, you are welcome, Kamar. I'm sorry, let me skip through those. Oh, former, yes. Okay, I was wondering, eye off the tiger. Okay. Because I went back and I noticed, like, wait a minute, why did I respond to the wrong person in one of my comments? Oh, by the way, I wanted to let you guys know, sometimes I don't see your comments on YouTube because YouTube doesn't, for some reason, notify me with all the comments. Usually they're pretty good at it, but a few don't come up in my feed. So, I'm trying once a month, while I still can, until I get way too many comments or way too many videos out there. I don't know. I try to go back and review each one of my videos, the latest comments, to see if I missed any in the few weeks or months. And anyway, I responded to a comment that was written 2 months ago that I didn't see. So, yeah. Crystal says, I'm so worried about explaining this whole situation to a new psychologist that is going to either determine, aid in my son talking to his, determine or aid in my son talking to his dad, the covert narc, again. My sons haven't spoken to him. Wow. You're worried about explaining the whole situation to a new psychologist? Yeah, I can understand that. I think that, you have to start at the beginning. That's especially with someone coming in that's new, you tend to skip because you think you've gone over it multiple times, or even with the old psychologists, and you think like they know part of the story, but really you have to come into it thinking they don't know any of the story. Not really, not from your perspective. So you start from the beginning. You just have to. You have to start from the beginning with the new psychologist. Eye off the tiger. What if you can't cry? Well, I think you can. I don't know what you mean by can't, because there were times that I felt like I couldn't muster. Yeah, okay, I'm getting it. I'm thinking about times where I was trying to muster it up and I just couldn't. And it took me a while. I had to just sit still for a long, long time. And even if you don't cry about the narcissist, cry about what's going on right now in your life, in this moment that's upsetting you. And then, I think that's what I had done. This is, I'm trying to remember when the last time I had a big cry like that, where I couldn't cry, I couldn't muster it up. You're right. Because I had stuffed it for so long and so deeply that I was like, okay, I can't even make my body cry. I get it. I had to sit down and think about other things. It wasn't even about the thing I had been stuffing for a long time. I had to reach to other things that had been bothering me for years, actually. This was where I had to go to, not had to, but I realized, there are other things I just hadn't dealt with. Other things from years ago I had not dealt with. So it wasn't even about the recent things I was going to cry about. It was going to be about the times when I was much younger, when I was a kid, when I was being raised, and part of the crying was, why am I like this? I was not happy with myself. Why am I like this? Why can't I be whole like other people? Why can't I be strong and upbeat? Not just upbeat, was it positive? Why can't I be optimistic? Why can't I, and I looked around and I looked at other people and I thought, why can't I be healthy like them? And it got me being angry at first. First I was angry. So the feelings started flowing, right? And then I realized, well, I'm like this because of the trauma I had gone through. And then I started getting angry about, well, why did I have to suffer that trauma? That really stinks. I didn't deserve that. It built into, sadness, because the trauma itself was sadness, was sad, because I looked at it from a different perspective. Oh, by the way, this will help you. If you go to my video, it's called Real Tools for Healing After Narcissistic Abuse. But it's actually real tools for healing after anything, emotional, traumatic. So what I'm getting to is, when I was able to cry, it was because I stepped back and I looked at myself from a distance. Like I replayed my movie. This is what we do, right? We replay the movie of the trauma that happened to us. But when we replay it, we are starring in it, right? You see yourself going through the same stuff, that the trauma, the pain, the betrayal, the abandonment, the physical abuse, the mental abuse, the verbal abuse. You see yourself receiving all of this and you just get angry. And sometimes you get sad and depressed and then you withdraw again. Well, in my video, Real Tools for Healing, one of those tools I give you is you step back from that and you put somebody else in that movie, not you. You put your best friend in that movie. You put your child in that movie as the star of the movie, right? As the main character, as yourself. And you watch them go through the trauma that you went through. And I'll tell you what, it'll get you seeing yourself in a different light. It'll get you seeing yourself where, wow, what happened to me was not my fault. What happened to me, if this happened to somebody else, I would be so upset for them. I would want to protect them. And when you start, that protection feeling comes up in you, you will come to understand that you need to protect yourself. That instead of beating yourself up or defending and pushing down your feelings, you need to protect yourself. Anyway, so after all of that, I'll tell you what, my tears came. My tears came a lot. Okay. So that was a long answer, I'm sorry. To Eye Off the Tiger, what if you can't cry? Miss E says, Crystal Jean, it is helpful to look for someone who has experience and understands narcissists. Yes. Yeah, you know what? That's a great point, Miss E. I just assumed that the new psychologist would. That might be let me explain something to you guys, which is really great about psychologists. You get to choose them. In fact, it's like you're interviewing them to see if they will be a good fit for you, and not necessarily always the other way around. It's not like you come in and you're hoping that they'll take you. No, you need to go in and see, like, I'm going to interview you and see if you'll be a good psychologist for me. And one of those things, like Miss E is saying, is you should ask if they have had any experience with narcissists or the NPD, or ask them what their experience has been with that too, because they'll let you know through explaining to you what they think of narcissism and whatnot, if they would be a good fit for you. Yeah. Because you'll get an idea of what they really think. Like if they think that narcissistic abuse is just overused, or people are using that term too much and this and that, you might want to just reconsider whether going to this one, because it's a real thing and it's becoming more and more prevalent. Narcissistic abuse, people, even if they're not full-blown NPD, but the abuse that they dish out is the same, is just as true. Amina says, going out is still hard. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry, I'm skipping somebody here. I will go to you, though, Amina. Going out is still hard, but I go out for coffee and make myself pretty every day. Go halfway, walking to work, stick to the diet. Oh, you just me, Amina. Thank you so much. Even if I don't have a coffee date with anybody, you're right. I should get myself out. I should go. And there were many times this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, even today, I was thinking I need to get out. I need to make myself get out and be in the public and do some things, and not, I have all these books I have to read. I have all this work to do, but I'll bring it with me. I'll go sit in a cafe and read there. I can do that. Thank you for suggesting that, Amina. Crystal says, Eye of the Tiger, I know what you mean. I cried a lot in the beginning. Now I just can't, even when I'm sad. But watching a sad or touching movie can help get it out. That's true. You guys have great suggestions here. I love it. Crystal, that's awesome. Miss E, I'm not sure if he does yet, but apparently he's amazing with children. In demand, I guess. Okay, wait, did I miss something? Oh, okay. Miss E says, okay. Looking for, to find a psychologist with experience with narcissists. And Crystal says, because she's looking for a psychologist, she's not sure the psychologist has any experience with narcissists, but he's really great with children. Okay. Well, even though they're really great with children, it might be, yeah, you know what? That might be a good thing for that part of it. A narcissist thing. You may be his first, big client to do with a narcissist. Miss E. Good luck, Crystal. Oh, Marietta, this little doggy puppet is making me happy. Happier. I know, isn't he cute? Thanks. Crystal, a movie that always makes me cry. Beaches, starring Bette Midler and Barbara Hershey. Or watch the show This Is Us. I cry almost every episode. This is so true. I have not watched This Is Us, and I'm not going to right now. I don't know. I'm kind of hesitant just because this is exactly what I hear. I hear that is so deep. And yes, people end up crying every episode. And I'm thinking, I walk into a room, it's so hilarious. And I see people watching it. Um, and I just go, and I see how like the look on their face is just like so deep and sad. And oh my gosh, I just think, oh, I cannot deal with that. Well, I mean, I can, but I just, at that time, I'm thinking, oh, okay, maybe another time I'll sit down and do that. But that's a good suggestion. Beaches too. I used to love beaches. It's been a long time since I watched that. Miss E, you can tell the wrong person. It's not good. So be careful out there, everybody. Yeah. I think, yeah, that has to do with when we want to expose the narcissist and we want to tell somebody about it. We want people to know. But you do have to be careful because if it gets back to the narcissist, they may retaliate and come after you really hard. Hey guys, that's Rahel. Hi Rahel, good to see you. So glad you're here. Okay, hold on. I thought I missed something. After the relationship, I mean. Eye off the tiger. Oh, I missed something. Yes, Crystal, that could help, but before the relationship with my ex-narc, it seems like my empathy level went down. I used to cry for every little thing. After the relationship, yeah. I cry when it comes and let it go. Yep. Ah, Rahel, you're very healthy. You're doing it the right way. Yeah. I was talking about how I would stuff my sadness until it got to the point where, one, I couldn't cry. It took me a while to be able to bring that out to cry. And two, I started getting really grumpy and angry, and it would come out at people that I love, and that was really stupid of me. So, anyway, yeah. Amina says, if you need to cry, I watch a movie. Yeah, that's true. I have not watched any sad movies in a long time, so I guess that's why I hadn't thought of that. Missy, this is a great outlet here because Escape from Crazytown understands. Very helpful because everyone understands. Thank you, Missy. I appreciate that, and I appreciate this group so much. You're right, because everybody here does understand. Rahel, Crystal, I was here when she had like 200 to 300 subscribers. It's true. Hi, off the tiger. Thank you, Rahel. I know. I just love my, original subscribers. You guys are still at the ground floor here, I think. This is so awesome. I think it's so cool that we have this somewhat of a small group. And I want to grow, of course, and I want this to reach people who need it. But I'm so excited that I get to speak to each of you and I can still read all of your comments. This is awesome. Okay. Oh, okay. Rahel, I am so strong now. I know that every single thing the narc says is a lie or a reflection of how they feel. So projection. Yep. Yes. Yes. Rahel, I hope you stay with us because we need people who come through a lot of this and are mostly on the other side now to give us hope, really, to show like, look, this is me. I'm doing much better now. This is us, right? Okay, positive vibrations. Hi there. Said, I cried so much after the initial discard, but after 9 months, the crying is less. Aw. Well, that's good too, actually. Yeah. There was you're right, because right after leaving, yeah, right after the abuse, after they've left, you cry a lot. And then it gets to a point where you start to stuff it, though. So be careful of that. It's okay to stuff it for a little bit, like for the day, because you need to get things done. But then make sure you let it out at the end of the night or at the end of the week. That's a good point, though. Positive vibrations. Thank you. Rahel, I blessed the ex-narc and wished him well in the new life because I am happy it's not me. Yes! Yes! This is so good. That is where I think so much healing, that like uh, hold on. So much healing comes in when you're able to say, you know what, I just bless you. I wish you well, in your life. I hope that wherever you end up, wherever you go, that, you find happiness. And you just leave that, leave it. And it's like you can close the door. You're like, I can walk away now. I'm not holding, because when you're holding on to anger, like, oh, I hate that person. I don't want anything good to happen for them. I wish them, and when you're wishing all these terrible things to happen to them, it's almost like you're opening a book. You're opening a new book, and you want to read it to the end to make sure they reap what they sowed. And while you're in that book, you're unable to leave the story. You can't close it and close the story. When you're able to close the story is when you say, well, you know what? Even all this junk you did to me, all this crap that happened, I just wish you well. I wish that things work out. I hope that you figure things out. And you can say, God bless you, and just close the book. And it's so amazing. So good. I'm so glad, Rahel, that you did that. You blessed the ex-narc. That's awesome. And wished him well. Crystal, Rahel, I know, right? It really is so obvious once you know what they are. Oh, I missed something. Oh yeah, being strong now, and now that you can see how they're behaving, you know exactly what they're doing now. It's not so deceptive anymore because we're onto it. I learned that NS is being treated worse. Oh, the new supply than I was treated. Ooh, that's positive vibration saying that. One of the reasons the ex-narc is with her is the new supply is more docile and takes more of his BS than I did. I know, right? That's exactly it. Every time I think about new supply, people, the narcissist's new supply, I actually feel quite sorry for them. I know that there are moments where they're so deliriously happy and the sex is incredible or whatever, it's like, okay, good for you. I'm glad, but you know what's coming. And not just what's coming, what's already there. They're already being abusive on a daily basis, if not, already doing it every week. They're probably, on a daily basis, putting them down, just little digs. And it starts with that, but then it just comes out full-blown abuse, just full-blown yelling at them, degrading them, calling them names. It's happening. It's going to happen if it hasn't already. Crystal says, yeah, because they are so fake and will never change, and they lie so much, they don't even know what to believe. Pure shit show. Yes, it is, Missy. I've heard that too, that the Chinese say to cleanse your liver to cure anger. It is not an easy thing to do, so be careful. Yeah, be careful with all those little health things out there, you guys. But part of cleansing is a lot of drinking water. So do that. That's in one of my videos as well. Drink a lot of water, not like gallons at a time, but have a full glass of water before bed. I know it sounds like, no, not right before bed. Okay, even if it's not right before bed, an hour before bed. But I'll even drink a glass of water before bed, and I don't care if I get up in the middle of the night to go, because it helps to cleanse. And maybe you just need to do that for a while till you cleanse out. And then make sure you refill that glass of water before you come back to bed, because or if you drink a full glass of water, go refill it and then go to sleep. Because in the morning, what you want to do too is drink a full glass of water before you even step out of bed, or the moment you step out of bed. Drink that full glass of water, and it just helps to cleanse. It cleanses all the toxins that have been releasing through the night as well. Positive sorry, you guys, I have something in my throat. Positive vibration says, I actually feel somewhat sorry for her. The new supply. Yeah, it's true. Rahel says, I'm pretty sure that's what my ex is doing to his now, too. I can't understand. Maybe there's a typo here. Thank God it's not us. Yes. Rahel says, Crystal, that's why I'm so happy that I moved 2,000 miles away. I know. If you can get out and away from them, and I really feel for people who live. I have a viewer who wrote in and said that his ex moved into his neighborhood and is now implemented herself or installed herself into his social circle. So in order for him to not see her, he had to pull away and not go out anymore with his group, I guess, within the neighborhood. And that really stinks, because now it's like, they make it that much harder for you to start a new life or try to stay away from them, because now they're all over your friends all the time. And it's sad, but you kind of have to still see if you can try to move away. I mean, it's not fair. Life's not fair. But if you need to just extract yourself for a while, try to find a new group of friends. Find different bars to go to, different restaurants, different hangouts. You've got to do that. Marietta says, I'm on the fence about the new supply. Part of me thinks she deserves what's coming. Yeah. I think we've all been there. We've all felt that at some point, unless you're just a very saintly person, which I am not. We've all felt like, they don't deserve this happiness, because, we're feeling so crushed that it's not fair. But honestly, when they get crushed, how do I put this? It's just that we should feel empathy for them, because they're about to get crushed. And if they end up married to this person steals their life. I mean, we'll steal decades of their life, whereas we got out. So we're still the luckier person. Yeah, Maria says she alone set herself up for this. It's true. They walk into it as well. And some of us walked into it as well. It's, I understand, though. I totally understand not wanting to wish them well and being angry with them and thinking, they deserve whatever the narc's going to do. But actually, the narc's just a turkey and a jerk. Nobody deserves that. Unless you're a narc, too. Maybe two narcs together deserve it. Danny Ray says, hi, Crazytown. Hi, Danny. New subscriber. Woohoo! Good to see you. So glad. Really love your insight. Has anyone said that you sound like Holly Hawk from the show BoJack Horseman? I have no idea who this person is, but I'm going to look it up. No, I guess not. No one has said that. Rahel, try not to harden your heart because someone else was an asshole to us. That's exactly what he wants and exactly what she will expect, because he will tell her you will be that way. Absolutely. Absolutely, Rahel. 100% correct. Yep, if we behave and act like a jerk, the narcissist is going to say, see, there's my proof. Look at her. I told you she was crazy, and I told you she was bitter. I told you she was angry, and that's why I had to leave her. And women will say the same thing. Women narcissists will say the same thing about their male victims. Yep, bless them, tell them congratulations to that, and good riddance. Rahel, absolutely. And I have to, I don't know about you, but I have to do that kind of regularly because I start to feel my heart hardened and towards them again or towards the narcissists in my life. And I have to remember, like, okay, I'm not going to let my heart get hardened again. I'm going to just bless them. You know, I hope things go well. I hope things go well. And then I feel better. It's like the opposite of what you would think would heal your heart. You think like, yeah, well, wish them, you know, put a curse on them. That'll make you feel better. But actually wishing them well makes your heart feel better. It heals your heart. Marietta, this is Crystal saying, Marietta, I'm assuming you're feeling that way because she knowingly became involved with a guy in a relationship. Yeah, who was already in a relationship. Seems like so many people are so desperate for love and attention, they'll hurt others. Yeah, that's true. People do. Yeah. My ex, Rahel says, went back to his ex, after 6 years of telling me he hated her guts. Oh my gosh. Yep. That's what they do. And it's, you know, it's just shocking to me that the ex-wife takes them back because they know, but you can tell that ex did not heal, did not ever recover from that relationship. And this is why I tell people narcissists can stay married for a lifetime. It's just a lifetime of hell, but they sure can stay married. And don't ever look at it like, oh, I wish they had married me. I wish they had stayed with me. You know, I want to grow old. No, you don't want to grow old with a narcissist. I'm telling you, you do not. I have seen it. And I'll tell you that story one day. I think I made a video months ago and I hadn't released it because it's because of, you know, my relatives. I'm trying to protect them because I still have a relationship with them. I don't want people to speak, you know, to come at them and mock them further or, you know, I'm just not out to hurt people. So that's why I try to keep this anonymous. People who gossip and use names and expose people, you know, sometimes it's probably because they're not involved with those people anymore. But anyway, I am. Yeah, our health says I have first-hand experience. Create boundaries and strengthen your guard where it was vulnerable before. Wait, I'm missing something here. Okay. Eye of the Tiger says definitely gonna check that video. Oh, what? Oh, the video about real tools for healing. Yeah, it's a good one. I'm talking about my own video. I mean, like it's gonna be good for you. I mean, I liked it because it was a compilation of a lot of things I had learned through the years and through psychologists' books and things that, oh my gosh, you know, why would you not do this? Oh, I'm missing a lot. Okay, how they always come back around. Can't count how many times I allowed him to come back after severely hurting me. Oh my gosh, yeah. Miss E says, I can't drink coffee for health reasons. I really miss coffee. Aw. Have hot chocolate, though. That helps. Yes. Or tea? I wonder if tea would be a good... Rahel says, also, the ex-narc could be using this to hurt you. Once you let go of resentment to that relationship, the new supply, you let go of him trying to abuse you through his ploys of revenge. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes they use the new supply to hurt you, but mainly to supply themselves. Positive vibrations. I pray to forgive as I have been forgiven. I have released a lot of the hurt to start my true healing. Well, that's good. Crystal says, man, I wish I knew about narcissism 20 years ago. His tactics were so obvious. I know, right? I didn't know about it 20 years ago. I started learning about it. I mean, I recognized the craziness, the Crazytown, but I just didn't understand how can this be? There must be an explanation. There must be some logic. There must be some rational way to handle this. And for decades, there was no There was no rational way to handle narcissism. There isn't, because they're so irrational. The only rational way is the boundaries, for yourself. Like, they're never going to be rational. Positive Vibration says, oh, Hazel says, I love your channel. Thank you. I appreciate that, Hazel. I'm sorry. I'm skipping all over the place. Rahel says, that's good, but the only fault on my part was allowing the abuse when I knew it was wrong and I should have listened a long time ago. Yeah, it's wrong on our part to allow the abuse, but at the same time, we become conditioned. We become conditioned to take their junk. We really do. And that's when we start to lose our judgment and we start to lose trust in ourselves and in our own judgment. Oh my gosh. Time is almost running out, you guys. I might keep this going for a little longer because this is good conversation here. I wish I knew about NPD a long time ago, about the time I met the ex-narc. Rahel says, because my nature, I am an empath, I attract them. Rahel, you know what? They latch on to empaths. Now, they are attracted to many different kinds of people, but they latch on to empaths because we're willing to, and I don't know that I'm an empath, but I am empathetic a lot of times. Because I haven't really studied the whole nature of empath, but they latch on to people who can be empathetic towards them, who are more tolerant, I guess, of bad behavior because we want to accept everybody, that type of thing. So they get away with way more with us unless we standards up and we realize it's not being mean to put up your standards. You're not being a cruel person if you have standards. You're just being a confident and self-worthy. Is that what it's called? You have self-worth to put up standards. Oh, the internet was just getting going. That was Crystal from 20 years ago, right? Yeah. Positive vibrations. I like who I am. Yes, I am empathetic, kind, giving, loving, kind. Oh, wait, did I say kind again? Yeah. Willing to help, but I am now wiser, better able to detect people who are controlling and want to take advantage. Absolutely. Good for you. I like that about you too. I think that's awesome. Don't change who you are at your core just because of what the narcissist did. What you should become, though, is wiser, right? Just like Positive Vibration said. Well, you guys, it is an hour into this, and I did not get to talk about the thing I wanted to talk about, so I may make a video about it. It is absolute Crazytown, and you might want to watch it. It's going to be about Fire Festival. Absolute Crazytown. And lots of observations I had about, what was the name of that guy? Billy something. Let me see if I can pull it. Oh, sorry, guys. Let me see if I have it up here somewhere. Sorry, guys. Billy McFarland. Oh, my gosh. Super Crazytown narcissist. And yet, people still stand by him. It's absolutely amazing. And I'll give you a little, I don't know if it's, not a little. Okay, one part of the show that I watch is on Netflix, and I hear that Hulu also did a docudrama on it. So it's about, or whatever they call that. They did a story on Fire Festival. It's about that guy who was going to have a big old concert on an island in the Bahamas, and it was a giant failure. Okay. So it's about this guy, Billy McFarland, who set that up. But I want to let you know that in the Netflix special, he actually asked, I don't even know how you asked, encouraged, pushed, I don't know, his major supporter in this whole thing, one of his major supporters in this whole thing, he pushed this guy to prostitute himself to a customs official in the Bahamas in order to release water bottles. Yeah, because they didn't have the money to pay the customs people to release the water bottles. He actually asked this gay man who was part of his, I don't know, his team to go and perform stuff. Anyway, I'm not going to say it here. Just wanted to say that. And after all of that, that guy still stands by his side. I'm like, this man just tried to prostitute you out, and you were willing. This guy was willing to do it. And after that, still did not understand that Billy McFarland totally used him. Is a total narcissist. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about, but I'll put it in a video. Absolutely nuts. Okay, you guys, I'm going to read a few more of your comments before I sign out. And let me see. Miss E says, oh my gosh, it tears your heart out and you don't even know what happened most of the time. I feel your pain. Oh, wow. Oh, my Marietta says, my ex left everything for her. His college, me, his friends, and rushed to marriage. Oh my gosh, I get it. Yeah, it's just absolute insanity. They do that. There's so many stories. Okay, you guys know that I watch crime stories as well, right? So I was watching a crime story where, yeah, they rush out, they destroy everything. In fact, unfortunately, this woman killed her husband, she and her new lover, I guess, in order for the lover was the husband's best friend. I mean, that's how insane it is. And I can't remember the whole story. I may have to go back and look at it again. And so they killed the husband, and the best friend of the husband married this woman, right? His widow, can't be an ex-wife, right? His widow. And a few years later, guess what? Surprise, surprise. She wanted to get rid of him too. And anyway, they're no longer together. That's what happens with a narcissist. So whenever you feel tempted to think, oh my gosh, their life is so much better. Now, they've rushed off. It's a whirlwind romance. And now they're pouring all this romance and love and energy and money and everything into this new love of theirs. It's just like a fairy tale. Let me tell you, it is not a fairy tale. So I just wanted to let you know that, Marietta. I'm really sorry that you went through that. It's just horrendous. But it is not a fairy tale, and it's going to all come crashing down, and you're going to be so lucky that it didn't come crashing down on you. You're going to be great. You're going to be fine. So you guys, I think you guys are great. Thank you so much for coming in and coming on here and making your wonderful suggestions. You guys have come a long ways. Some of you are starting your journey. Some of you are in the thick of it. And we're here, we're together, and we're going to be strong. So God bless you guys. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. I'm going to say goodbye, Crystal. Bye, Miss E. Bye, off the tiger. Bye, Crystal. I already said that. Sorry. Mr. Branco, keep your narc radar on at all times, guys. They are everywhere. Thank you for coming on, Mr. Branco. Yeah. Definitely keep your narc radar on. And it actually becomes amusing, actually, right? When you start to see the narcissists around you, you're just like, wow, you sit back and kind of watch the show. It's really, who needs TV anymore, right? You guys, I think you're wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye, Marietta. Bye, Catherine. Or Marianne. Oh, bye, Marianne. Bye, Rahel. Oh, I did not see Mr. Branco when he came on. Bye, Danny Ray. You said, I am keeping away as much as possible. I once questioned his opinion, and oh boy, an avalanche was coming down. Oh, yeah, you cannot question them. I'm just going back and reading some of your comments I missed earlier. You guys are awesome. You're hilarious. God bless all of you. Have a great day. I wish you lots of love and joy complete wholeness in your healing. And I'll see you soon.